Hi, my name's Corey.
Hi, I'm Meredith.
Hi, my name is Kasim.
Hey, Mr. Vaughan here.
Hello, my name is Nora.
Hi, my name is Liam.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
Probably swimming, because you have to keep pushing throughout the long distance or short distance.
I think the hardest practice out of any sport is swimming because swimming requires a lot of skill. It's very different to other sports.
Swimming, that's why I quit.
I think swimming is the hardest practice because there's a lot of gym work and a lot of swimming, and overall I think it requires most effort overall.
For practice, I think track and field. It's hot, it's third season, it's the hottest part of the year. I think especially if you're doing middle distance running, so 800 meters, that's a killer run. It's 2 minutes, all out, no break. That must be one of the hardest.
I'd say I think swimming's got the hardest practice. Every day is a pretty tough conditioning session, and then Corey also offers the morning workouts for him.
Football, because they do conditioning like every day.
I feel like cross country is pretty difficult because if you're running like really long distances, like 10K, 5Ks, you have to want to beat your time against like other schools. So you have to like push really hard. Yeah.
Soccer. Why? Because it's long and very hot.
The hardest games, I'd say rugby, because you never know the size of the opponent's team, and you think it's probably scary if you're built like me, so it could be scary sometimes.
That's a tough one. Well, I'm biased here. I think touch is probably the hardest because you run the entire time. There's just no break. You literally get off, you recover, and you go straight back on, and you're sprinting the whole time. You're running backwards, running forwards, and there's nowhere to hide on the field. And you can't ride the bench. You can't just stay on the bench. You've got to get on the field. So there's only 12 players here allowed, so everyone gets even playing time.
Rugby, because you just run at other guys for 30 minutes and it's tough.
I think the hardest game or match is Ironman.
Probably rugby, any sport that's got physical contact being the focal point of the sport, it's going to take a bit more than the other sports.
I think they're all really hard in their own ways. I wouldn't choose. They're all hard. Probably swimming. Swimming's so hard.
Swimming, I'd have to say. It's so hard. There's meets like every single weekend, and it's death. And
Overall, I think track and field, because there's a lot of competition nowadays, and since in like March, April it's really hot, and then when on race days there's a lot of tension and pressure for you to perform. So I think overall track is definitely the hardest.
I think basketball could be one of the hardest ones in terms of the technicality to it, right? You've got so many different little rules and things you've got to be on top of, and positional plays, screens, and all the movements. It's pretty challenging.
Swimming, because you do the same thing all the time, and then the actual competition is like short, so you have to be spot on.
Overall, I'll give it to probably track and field. Its trainings are kind of like swim and dive, or swimming, so hard conditioning kind of every day. One shot to really do well in your events, so got to perform at a high level, and then different types of events as well, so sprinting and jumping and whatnot.
I think the hardest thing overall is swimming.